What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Sorry for the weather beaten look. I did put on a nasty old light pink lip for you. Half gloss, half lipstick. But your girl is 2 seconds out from heading to bed. I gotta go meet the man tomorrow. New week starts tomorrow. So let's get into these shows. Now I think I'm also gonna do um Real Housewives of Atlanta this season. That's coming up next. I just finished watching Married to Medicine, so that's what we're gonna get now. It's fresh on my heart. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to jump right into Real Housewives of Atlanta. You hope you guys will follow along this season. I have fingers crossed that I will be able to do a disgruntled free review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. But tonight, right now, it's all about Married to Medicine. This is season 6, episode 10, Trouble in Paradise. This is where we get to see the couples go on their couples trip, hosted by Toya and Eugene, all thanks to their 10-year anniversary. But of course, before we get going good, you guys, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you, as well as give me a thumbs up. It's important. And please remember to comment down below. I try to answer every comment. Um, so I'd love for us to banter about it down below. Listen, Married to Medicine is giving us thuggish, ruggish bone, baby. Thuggish, ruggish bone. We have had broken glass and chairs thrown, baby. Okay, these Married to Medicine girls is not playing with you. No, no, no. Okay, so first, Heavenly and Quiet go to see Contessa. Contessa is walking like she hurt. I don't know. I think Contessa may have a little bit of PTSD, but for surgery, like she, um, I don't know. She. I think she. I can't remember what branch of the service she was in. But she's a mom. She's a doctor. She's a wife. And this surgery seems to kind of be throwing Contessa for a loop. I think the fact that her old breasts are gone is affecting Contessa a lot more than what she's letting on, and rightfully so. It's a body part. Like she just, I don't know. Just to have something like that you look at every day, that's so much a part of your femininity to be gone, even though it was replaced with something else. It's kind of like she has an arm amputated, and the person feel like they still feel like it's there. I know she got new reconstructed breasts and all that. She just seems like, I don't know. I don't know when it was filmed and all of that. She just seems as though she's really, really favoring herself a lot. So anyway, so like I said, Quad and Heavenly go to see her. They come separately. Heavenly comes first, and she brings her a lot of nice gifts. I thought it was funny that Heavenly was picking at the fact that Contessa only got a B cup. She really felt like if you're gonna get your breasts done, you should just like go big or go home. Anyway, it was funny. It was funny because I was thinking it when she went to answer the door. I was like, oh, okay. Um, then the rest of the trip, I felt like Heavenly was making mastectomy jokes that I really didn't think were very funny at all. Like she just has a real odd sense of humor that takes a particular type of person to understand. I think I will always be kind of misunderstanding some of the stuff that come out of Heavenly mouth. But anyway, Quiet comes a little bit later, and evidently they talk a little bit about the trip. Oh, I know what it was. Contessa asked about the party, and they throw a little party shade about the fact that they didn't go, and maybe it was um, kind of in poor taste of Mariah to have like a black love party and invite Quad. We also see Simone and Mariah talking. Mariah goes over to Simone's house to have lunch or dinner or whatever. They're talking about the party. And of course, Mariah's making it all about her. She's saying, I was really disappointed that Heavenly and Quad didn't come, but like you can't even like remotely, smallly, a little bit kind of fathom why Quad would want to come to a Black Love party. Like, even if you were going to call her and let her know you were going to have it, I want you to come. I can understand if you don't come. Like, I don't know where all the mediation in friendship is, unless, of course, these people really aren't friends. I don't know. Anyway, which we know Quad and Mariah had their ups and downs. So I thought that party shade was kind of cute. Then we see everybody sort of getting ready for the trip. We find out that Eugene invited Contessa and Scott since Toya refused to. Obviously, none of the other ladies wanted to invite her along, her and Scott along. So Eugene, I guess, got together with the producers and they decided to invite them along. Meanwhile, this story has come out from Greg saying that Quad cleared the house out of all the furniture and left, like absconded. And so Heavenly's talking about it with Damon. Damon did his usual, ain't nobody business. Let it go. Every time I turn around in this episode, Heaven is pushing the fact that her and Damon screw around a lot, which I'm like, that is great. That is really, really great. But I'm now to the point where I'm getting a visual every time I see Heavenly and Damon, and I'm just like, oh, I bet that room stink. Oh, them two big mother suckers. I don't know. I don't know. Ah. Anyway, maybe we stop talking about it so much. We see Simone getting her bathing suit together, and Cecil is there. And ever since Cecil gave Simone a little piece, baby, Simone has been hot on the dick trail. She is hunting dick left and right. She's sneaking up on the dick. She's surprised at the dick. Oh, she making the dick popcorn, baby. She's reading the dick bedtime stories. She's waking the dick up with a cup of juice. Like she is on the dick trip, baby. Okay, Simone got them pipes cleaned out. All she can think about is dick, dick, dick. I love me some dick. I'm sorry, you guys. It's crude, but they're all married, so it's Gucci, right? Okay. So let me see. We see Toya and Eugene talking about Quad and the situation and what are we gonna do? Couples hang with couples. I'm like, yeah, that is absolutely what everyone is thinking about right now. Is how are we gonna balance this whole couple situation? I mean, come on, like Quad's marriage is not affecting you like that. Or Quad's divorce. Like, okay, so y'all already know how I feel about Toya. Um, let me see what we see. Contessa and Scott, they're getting ready. Contessa is really just wants to rest the whole time that she's there. Like I said, she's having a little bit of an issue. We see Jackie is excited about going on the trip. She's seeing Patience. Her and Curtis are getting along better than ever. The last time they was getting ready to go on this trip, it almost didn't happen. Y'all know she went on one trip and he refused to go. She was at the airport begging him and he refused to go, refused to come or something like that. And it was a mess. So this is exciting. They're getting ready to go on this trip, and it's everything is copacetic, everything's good, everything is Gucci, everything is gravy, except for the fact that her being an overachiever, control freak, pulled something in her leg. She don't know what's going on because she refused to go to the doctor. It didn't matter no way because wasn't gonna stop her from going on this trip. So they all meet at the airport. Contessa gets there with Scott. She speaks to everybody. Toya does not speak first. From what we saw, Contessa spoke, and Toya was like, "Oh, hey, outside of the fact that she's shading Contessa every chance she gets." Okay, so So Quad's running late. Evidently, she gets there right when the door closes. They board up, they land, they get on the party bus, and on the party bus, everybody is so excited about being there, about all being together. One of the things that Simone was saying to Mariah was she didn't feel like Quad should go because Quad don't want to talk about her marriage. She don't want nobody in her business like that. She's going through a lot. She needs some time to herself. She understands. And she had a very valid point to me, in that if the Black Love Party was too much, what must a trip with couples to paradise, what that's going to be excruciating. So this is what her and Mariah were talking about when they had lunch before they left for Antigua. So when they get to Antigua, they get on the bus and everything seems good. Quad seems in good spirits. Toya is in good spirits. They get to the villa, and the villa is beautiful. They have two villas. Toya, Heavenly, and I think Simone staying in the same villa, or Dr. Jackie. That's what it is. Dr. Jackie, Heavenly, and Toya staying in the same villa. I think Heavenly might be staying there too. Simone, Jackie, and Toya, Heavenly. And then in the other villa is Contessa, Quad, and Mariah, I think. So everybody picks their room. Everybody's having a good time. They're laughing. They're playing around. You know what I'm saying? Horseplay. All the couples, like it's really great. When they got there, they played music and they was dancing and they was kidding. Y'all know the video confessionals are hilarious. Cecil talking about Aiden's dancing was so funny to me. And it's just a really nice time. Well, apparently off camera there was some type of accident when Toya took um, Contessa and the other ladies to the villa. She evidently saw a land crab and got scared and jumped back and hit Contessa in the breast. Now, Contessa does seem to be a bit extra, but Heavenly herself said that she saw the breast and it was swollen and it was bruised. Um, Her husband, when he first looked at it, he didn't see it, but like I said, it had just happened. So, bruises kind of develop a little bit as the hours pass sometimes. So, was she being a little bit extra? Probably, yes. I would say yeah. She thought that Toya did it on purpose. Do I think Toya did it on purpose? No. But I can understand where Contessa's coming from too. You got somebody that's not speaking to you. You got somebody that's not acknowledging you. And knowing from the audio, when she hit her in the breast, Contessa screamed and she said, "Ow, you hit me in my breast." And Toya said she was sorry. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you hit me in my breast." And Toya said she was sorry. She apologized again. And she was like, "I can't believe you hit me in my breast." And it was a shock to Contessa. I mean, it I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see it. It was off camera, but her kids jumped and bounced all over her as well. Um, Maybe that's one of the reasons why she's not healing as fast. Jackie kind of made it seem like Contessa was putting 20 on 10. Maybe she is, but like I said, Heavenly said that she saw her breast and it was swollen and she was in a lot of pain. So when Scott came down, everybody got settled and got dressed for dinner. She wanted it to be, Toya has planned it to a T. All the men are wearing white, all the girls are wearing red. And they're going to get ready to go to dinner. When they get to dinner, they're going to do an exchange of gifts amongst the couples. Quad, odd man out. And they're also going to play, this love game and drink. Quad, again, odd man out, right? So they've had dinner and drinks. from giddy up from the time they get there. This is vacation, so this is how it's done. So like mid dinner-ish, people gonna start wilding out. Why? Because they have been drinking. But before they leave, Scott comes down and he tells them why Contessa isn't going. And Toya is shocked. She was like, I didn't, he said elbow, but she said I didn't hit her with my elbow. And so she felt like maybe Eugene felt like too that he was accusing her something. He was like, well, I didn't see it. I'm not sure what body part it was. But really, Contessa and Scott are reacting off the hostility that Toya has been giving out. Just point blank, period. Even if normally they would not have gone so far as not go to dinner and put 20 on 10, they probably wouldn't have did that normally. But what do you expect when you're dealing with people that come who meet you with hostility? So you got at some point you got to feel like, okay, am I allowing myself to be mistreated and talked about and run over, or do at some point do I realize this person is really trying to show me that they don't give two shits about me? So I understand Toya and Scott and Contessa's perspective. On the bus, of course, when everybody loads up to go to dinner, Contessa's not going. Heavenly, that's when she tells them she saw the breast, it's swollen, she's in a lot of pain, and then she says what? She feels like you may have done it on purpose. So what do you mean she thought I did it on purpose? I would never do that on purpose. I would never do that on purpose. Well, here's the thing. It is a couple strip. You did plan it. If you wanted to be by yourself and it just be you and your husband and all about you and your husband, your 10-year anniversary, then y'all should have went on that trip by yourself. But you planned a trip and invited all these people. That makes you the host, which means you are supposed to have more hospitality than hostility. Okay. If you knew when that man came down and told you that, well, first of all, you knew you had hit that girl in the breast and sent her on the way, even if it was an accident, you should have called and checked on her before dinner. Let me call and check on Contessa and see how she doing. This is what I would have done. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think. I would have called to see how she was doing. I would have even went over to check on the girl. And when he said she wasn't coming, I would have went to check on her before I went to dinner, just to let her know I am so sorry. This is not what I wanted. Can I bring you something back? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. That's just what it is, especially when you never meant no harm. When you don't mean no harm, it's not hard to come in peace. And you don't take that as weakness. I'm telling you, being kind to people and being compassionate to people, even if you don't think they deserve it, there's you can't find nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Okay, so for you now to break down crying, and everybody, Jackie, Simone, everybody felt like Contessa was putting 20 on 10. But all I'm saying is, if you look at it from Contessa's perspective, she is being met continuously with hostility from Toya. A very uncaring, unfeeling demeanor. She still haven't gone to see the girl or call the girl from when she had a double mastectomy. So of course she's gonna think the worst. Of course she's gonna think if Toya say pass the salt, what she's gonna hear is that bitch told me to pass the salt. You know what I'm saying? It's skewed because all she's been met with from Toya is hostility and not hospitality. It's not just gonna disappear on this trip because we in paradise. Let's move forward. So I just thought that was crazy. Toya started crying and everybody was consoling her. It was just odd. It didn't last long. They go to dinner, they exchange gifts. It's all very, very nice. It was awkward in some points when Damon gave Heavenly her gift. Oh, Daddy! Oh, that's earrings, diamond earrings. I had us through my. Oh, yeah. And then she gave him some cufflinks and she just kind of slid it over. I was like, no, keep rapping. These two are some dust bunnies, baby. When I tell you they got more donkey than they got stallion. They got way more donkey in them than they do stallion, baby. But he's like, thanks, buddy. Oh, thanks, buddy. That was like an awkward gift exchange. But it was all cute. Everybody got a bit. Simone and Cecil, their gift exchange, just about how far they've come from last year to this year. It was just beautiful. It was sweet. Jackie and Curtis gave away each other black diamonds. It was beautiful. It was very, very nice. Um, so Toya stands up and they're gonna do the game, do a game where they take shots like truth or dare. If you don't answer the question and you gotta take a shot, and everybody's down for the game. It's gonna be a lovely time. And Toya asked the first question, which I can't remember what it was now, but it was all in fun and games. And then she asked a question about, will you ever think about stepping out on your marriage? And Quad, oh, I thought it was really nice that Heavenly gave Quad a gift. And I guess from Heavenly and Quad showing up at Contessa's house, and from this whole exchange about Quad with Mariah's situation and Heavenly giving Quad a gift. I guess they are close. I guess they are close. And that might be a little bit of bone of contention with Mariah too, because um, Mariah and Quad got a weird type of relationship. And Heavenly, uh, yeah, she's gonna be right in the middle of it. She gonna always be getting her head almost chopped off in this relationship. But anyway, so Toya asked the question about everything about stepping out of your marriage, and Quad, which I'm sure by this time had a couple of drinks, says, "Oh, well, don't ask Dr. Greg that." And so Toya was like, "Well, why would I ask Dr. Greg that?" And she was like, "Because he did it, honey. He already did it." Um, so it was an awkward moment. Now on the bus, Quad let out the fact that the night before she came, she saw Dr. Gregory in the club dancing with a girl, dancing all up on the girl. And they was like, well, y'all both was at the club. And Quad was like, well, I went by there to pick up a to-go drink. And so Toya surmised that Quad had probably was out. A friend of Quad's was out at the club and saw Greg and called Quad, and Quad showed up so she could see for herself. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Well, you got a girlfriend that quick. You was already out of the marriage." I was like, "Well, he did a whole 69, um, head job type thing." So yeah, he's been out of the marriage for a minute. Okay, but she don't want to talk about her relationship now. She don't want to talk about it. So anyway, when she said, because he's done it, girl, and she was like, oh, okay. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about you taking all the furniture out the house. It was like, oh, awkward. Now, Heavenly doesn't say a word. Everybody listening to Quad's got what her response is gonna be. So Mariah says, what happened, Quad? What is he talking about? And she was like, girl, Gregory is acting out right now. He's, you know how men are, they making things up. And she said, yeah. Mariah was like, yeah, he just being petty, right? And she was like, yeah, being petty. And she said something about she saw him at the. No, I don't know if she said she saw him in the club. But anyway, Mariah, Quad said something else, and Mariah was saying, "Well, let me ask you this." And Heavenly was like, "It ain't nobody's business." Now, you didn't chime in like that when Toya dropped that giant load, steaming, piping hot load of caca on the table. I was thinking about you taking all of the furniture out the house. You don't say a word. Mariah sitting right next to that girl with her back to you, talking to Quad, and you decide you're gonna jump in and bite Mariah's head off. Now, talking about putting 20 on 10, Mariah breaking that glass, I thought it was a bit extreme on the side of the chair and holding it like she finna shank. I thought it was a bit extreme, but the way Heavenly acted throwing the chair and having to be held back by two defensive linemen. And she tried to buck through. She ain't no little girl. She was bucking the girls. You know what I'm saying? throwing the chair back, and Aiden was like, hold up, wait a minute. And Damon was like, don't you raise your voice at Buddy. Don't you do it. And Aiden was like, nah, I'm just going to let you know that that's my wife and I'm going to defend my wife. And Damon was like, that's my buddy. I don't want to deal with you messing with my buddy. I was like, you need to get up and go get your wife so these other women won't get slung about in the sand, left and right, to and fro. And why y'all all barefooted and folks out here breaking glasses on the sides of chairs and things of this nature? I don't understand that. Like, it got real thuggish, rubbish up in that piece. And Damon standing around as Heavenly go completely ape shit in the background, just slanging quad. Yeah, she was like, I will kill everybody. And, it was just extreme. And Mariah was like, I will turn her into Pico de Gallo on the side. I was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're adults. We're professionals. It was crazy. But I was here for it. Quad doing that dramatic moment. She is going to seize the dramatics, baby. Every chance she gets, she's giving us theater, honey. Theater. Oh, it's everything. Like, it's everything. This show is super entertaining. You guys tell me what you think. Put it down below. That is Married to Medicine. It is more next week. I cannot wait, you guys. Tell me what you think. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this episode. It was bananas. What about Aiden and Damon? Like, no, that's my buddy. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, man. I don't really want. That's my buddy. Nobody's gonna talk to Buddy that way. This is like, everybody, please. Oh, it was just ridiculous. Okay, you guys, tell me what you think. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. I love.